Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining. My name is Ralph Derek Brown. I'm the current product manager for Ring at Miro. And thank you once again for joining the Ring presentation. I've got Gladwell Soko who's here with me. He's actually going to present this presentation for me. And I just want to, before we start, I just want to find out, is the sound clear? Can you guys see the Ring presentation? If you can just pop in an answer in the question box so we can just know when to start. Okay, awesome. I'm getting a few all good. So we're going to start. So as I mentioned, I've got Gladwell Soko here. He is the National Ring Manager, and he is going to take you through this entire presentation. Also, just a sneak peek, there is awesome prizes to be won. So please stay tuned throughout the entire webinar. It's going to presentation. It's going to be a quick presentation. There's a QR code at the end that you have to scan with 3 or 4 questions, and then if you answer everything correctly, you stand a good chance to win a couple of awesome Ring cameras. Now I'm going to give it over to Gladwell, and he's going to take you through the presentation. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Happy to have you here with us this afternoon. And as Rolf have said, my name is Gladwell Soko, and I am the Ring Sales and Business Development Manager for Southern Africa. And I'm excited to have you with us so that we can go through the Ring product range together and look at the various opportunities that are available in this category, where we can work together to grow this brand in this region. As he also has mentioned, we have great prizes to give right at the end. So stay with us so that you can answer a few questions, after which you will stand a chance to win some of these cool devices. Right, so we will start by looking at what and who Ring is, and after that we will quickly move into our product range. Then we will look at the roadmap that we have for Southern Africa fairly quickly, and right at the end we're going to touch on the protection plans that we have within our portfolio. Ring as a company started in 2012, so we had a few engineers that were working experimenting with a few things, and in 2013 we took that concept to Shark Tank, where it was presented by our CEO Jamie, and the sharks there said, you have a brilliant idea, but at the moment we don't feel that we should be investing in it. And in 2014 we moved on and introduced the first video doorbell, and fairly quickly in 2015, we moved to security cameras, where we released the first generation of stick-up cams. And in 2016, we released the Video Doorbell Pro. In 2017, that's when we introduced the Neighborhood app. It's an app that effectively connects a neighborhood. And in 2018, we were then bought by Amazon. So as I speak to you now, Ring is an Amazon company, and we have a strong brand behind us, and we fall within the Amazon Devices division. In 2019, going into 2020 and forward, we have seen big strides, and we keep on developing and building new devices, and you will see when we get to the product portfolio. Jamie, who is our CEO, the founder of Ring, believes in building very strong and safe neighborhoods. And this is a concept that we believe in and have been promoting at Ring, because we believe that when communities are safe, they are stronger and they work together. So we're not only about business, but making sure that neighborhoods are effectively safe. In terms of product range, we have doorbells, Then we have cameras, and obviously we have accessories, and we are now introducing the indoor alarm systems, etc. But we'll touch that when we go back to the roadmap. So going to the doorbells, we start off with the doorbell 1, which is the entry-level doorbell. The difference between the doorbell 1 and the doorbell 3 is that the battery in the doorbell 1 is backed into the device, while as the battery in the doorbell 3 can actually be removed from the device, charged outside of the device, and brought back into the device. Secondly, the doorbell 1 is only 2.4 gigahertz. We made a slight small mistake here where we said dual connectivity. It's actually a single connectivity, which is 2.4 gigahertz. But the doorbell 3 is dual connectivity. So it's both 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. But in terms of video quality, both give you 1080 full HD, and the doorbell 3 also gives you what we call near motion sensing, whereby before the individual approaches your house, we give you between 5 and 7 seconds of recording in black and white, so that before you even get the alert, the recording has already started. So you don't miss anything of the things that are happening around your premises. Moving away from these two, we go into the Doorbell Pro. And the Doorbell Pro, the difference there is that it connects via direct current. So it doesn't use a battery, you have to hardwire it to the mains. Moving on from the Doorbell Pro, we go to the Elite. Same concept, same spec, only difference, connectivity in terms of power. This one is powered over Ethernet. And from there, we go to the Peephole Cam. The Peephole Cam is effectively a device that replaces your traditional peephole. You remove that traditional peephole that is not smart, then you put in the Peephole Cam, which is now smart, where it behaves and acts like a normal doorbell. People can come and ding dong the button on the peephole cam, and or as they approach the door, the peephole, they will be able, the device will be able to pick up all that motion around it and send you an alert informing you that someone is approaching your door. You will be able to see them. They will not be able to see you, but you can talk to them. You can interact with them in that way. You will notice that all our devices have a two-way talk. Those that are battery operated have what we call basic motion detection, and those that are hardwired have what we call advanced motion detection. The difference between basic motion and advanced motion detection is that basic is you pull in and or pull out the range in which the detection or the motion detection should be picked up, while as with advanced motion detection, you can actually draw around areas where you want that to happen. So that is very important to note. And the two-way talk, you need to take note of that. But also we have night vision. And the other thing that we have in all our devices is what we call live view. At any given time, if you don't get alerts on your device for quite some time, and you're wondering if there is nothing happening at the premises where the device is at, you can hit a button on your Ring app, click on live view, you can activate any of the devices that you have, and you'll be able to see what's happening around that device. This is to just give you a little more on the Doorbell 3. It comes in two flavors, the silver cover and the satin nickel. So these are the two covers that come in the box, and the image in the extreme right, my right, which could potentially be your left, is showing you how the battery goes in there. You effectively take out the covering, you push in the battery. I'll explain more about the battery when we get to accessories. And in terms of cameras, we have about 6 main cameras that we have as an offer to you. The first one is what we call the indoor cam. This is our entry-level camera, and entry-level in terms of pricing, but in terms of delivery, it gives you the same power that any of these cameras that you are seeing will give you. So video quality is 1080p, which is full HD. And in terms of power, this one is hardwired the whole time. Live view, as I've explained, customizable motion detection because it is hardwired. It's got night vision, and field of view is 140 degrees diagonal. And in terms of connectivity, this one is 2.4 gigahertz. Moving away from the indoor cam, we have, and the indoor cam is specifically for indoors. It's a very small camera. It can fit right inside of your palm. So that's how small it is. In terms of a stick-up cam, we have two flavors. The first one is the battery operated, and the next one is the hardwired. The main difference between the two, obviously, is that one is battery operated, the other one is hardwired. But in terms of spec, both are the same. Full HD, two-way talk, live view, adjustable motion. The other one will be customizable because it is hardwired. Night vision and field of view is 130 degrees. 130 degrees diagonal. In connectivity, they are single connectivity, 2.4 gigahertz, and that's good enough for a device of this nature. Moving on from there, we go to the Ring Spotlight Cam. There also we have two flavors, the battery operated and the hardwired. Now, the battery operated comes with 2 slots for the battery, but when you buy it, you get 1 battery in the box. You can buy the extra battery and Miro keeps stock of those batteries. It can operate on the 1 battery. The advantage of you having both batteries inserted in there is that when the 1 battery gets finished, it can just fail off onto the next one. And over and above that, on the battery operated, you can also connect it to a solar panel, which we also as Ring produce, and Miro keeps stock of them. If you connect it to a solar panel, you have no need to be going up and down the ladder all the time to change the battery. It will be charging the battery the whole time. In terms of operations, both 1080, Full HD, two-way talk, the same spec as the other devices, and field of view is 140 degrees horizontal. But over and above that, we also have put in it a siren, which gives you about 110 decibels, which is pretty much loud. So the siren is not outside of the device, it's actually in the device. So that just makes it more compact, more slim, and effectively more smarter. Moving on from the spotlights, we go to the floodlight. This is the mother of all these cameras in terms of lights. You will see that the camera shape and the features are pretty much the same like the spotlight. The only difference is that with the spotlight, the lights on the camera are in the spine of the camera. If you can see my cursor where I'm pointing, that's where the lights are on, while as the floodlight, the lights are at the top of the camera. And when those two lights go on, it's pretty much bright. That's why we call it a floodlight. It gives you about 3,000 Kelvin of power in terms of those lights. So it's pretty much bright compared to the spotlight, but in terms of features, it's exactly the same. And the floodlight is fully hardwired. You cannot use batteries for that device. In fact, we did not even make any provision for the battery on it, because when those two buoys at the top go on, those batteries will be getting finished fairly quickly. So we effectively just made it hardwired. It also has a siren of 110 decibels. And this is just to tell you that we have different colors in these two cameras. So in the spotlight, we have a black colored camera and a white colored. And in the floodlight, we also have white and black in terms of color options. Now, speaking of the accessories for the spotlight, as I said, the two devices that you see next to them, those are the solar panels that work with all our cameras that are battery operated. So these solar panels can be used on the spotlight, and they can also be used on the stick-up cam, the battery operated one, but not on the doorbells. The doorbells have their own solar mount chargers, which you will see when we get to accessories. Here is just to give you a little more in-depth explanation of the indoor cam, just to show you that it comes with a cable that's actually 6.5 feet long and a power adapter. So that cable gives you a lot of wire to position the camera in a household or in any place where you would want to put it. Again, as I said, the indoor cam is really for indoors. You will notice that it does not have lights on it. The spotlight have lights, the floodlight have lights. Those are for outside. The indoor cam and the stick-up cam do not have lights, even though the stick-up cam can also be put outside. We decided not to put lights on it because the intention really is to keep it indoors and or places that do not need extra lighting. This is the stick-up cam. You can see it does not have lights on it. It's effectively just the camera, but again, as we said, it's got that 6.5 feet cable for the hardwired one, and it also has that night vision. So even though the light is not on it, the night vision will enable you to see what's happening around the camera. Here we have the accessories, and with accessories, we have, again, the solar panels. These would work on all our cameras that are battery operated, but not the doorbells. Next to the spotlight, to the solar panels, we have the Chime and the Chime Pro. The difference between the Chime and the Chime Pro is that the Chime only chimes. So it is used for a place where if your house is big and you are at a place where you are not able to hear your device making a sound. For example, when you get an alert on your cell phone, your cell phone could be on mute and or it's sitting at a place where you cannot hear it. If you have a chime, the chime will pick up that sound that your device should have made, and it will chime in the room. Then you will know that someone is either approaching my doorbell or is approaching my camera, and or my camera and or my doorbell has picked up motion. For example, you could have the indoor cam downstairs and you are sleeping upstairs. You at night, your mobile device is on mute because you don't want to be disturbed, but you can set up that every time the downstairs camera picks up motion, the chime must go off in the room. So the chime would then go off, and you will know that the camera downstairs have picked up some motion, which you can go down to check, and or you can live view from your device to see what's happening down there. So that's what the chime does. The Chime Pro does that, plus it also operates as a Wi-Fi extender. So if you have some places in your house and or in a place where you have one of the Ring devices and you realize that you have some dead spots in terms of Wi-Fi connectivity, then you need a Chime Pro to extend the Wi-Fi connectivity. In terms of connectivity, again, the Chime Pro is dual connectivity, 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz, while as the Chime is only 2.4 gigahertz. You can change chimes and or tones of the Chime Pro and or the Chime. You can select a dog barking, and or you can select a train horn, or a number of things that you can do on the in terms of the chimes that you'd want to have. Next to it is the solar mount charger, and this is for the doorbells. So the Doorbell 1 and the Doorbell 3 will use this solar mount charger. It connects to the device very easily. Once you have it there, you will not have any need to be removing the battery from the Doorbell 3 to recharge it outside of the device. The solar mount charger will continually be charging the device. This is the battery, the quick release battery. We call it quick release because if you look at that silver plate on it, that's the plate that you effectively tap on to remove and or push the battery back into the device. And it's very easy. One battery goes into all our battery operated devices, which is a good thing because you don't have to say, oh, I have a stick up. Which one is the battery for the stick up? Oh, I have a spotlight. Which one is the battery for the spotlight? I have a doorbell. Which one is the battery for the doorbell? The one battery can go into any one of those devices. Next to it is just a solar sign, which just tells people that you are protected by Ring and therefore stay away. And fairly quickly, we're going to look at the roadmap. These are the devices that we are looking at bringing into South Africa. Hopefully, all things being equal, we're looking at the first and or the second quarter of next year. So this is the Ring indoor alarm system. The indoor alarm system is a smart system that effectively puts security into your hands, just like all of our devices. But obviously, this completes the ecosystem. So you have the base station, you have the alarm keypad, then you have the sensors, then you have the motion detectors, and the alarm range extender. And all these devices, you can effectively, for the contact sensors and the motion detectors, you can have multiple of these devices, in one premises. If you have more windows, you just buy more contact sensors, and if you have more doors, you just buy either more contact sensors or motion detectors. So this is what will be coming through in the next quarter, among other things that we'll be releasing. We'll be releasing a little more doorbells, and some new cameras will also be coming on board. Now, the Ring Protect plan. When you buy a Ring device and you install it, we give you 30 days of cloud storage for free. This is effectively for you to test that service. And as the 30 days are coming to an end, we start sending you communication, effectively reminding you that your subscription is coming to an end. Would you like to renew? The subscription, what it does effectively is that it gives you the capability to download the footage from the cloud. You would know that some security devices would provide you with either an option for an SD card on the device. So if the criminals come into your premises, they can take that SD card with them. You have lost the footage. With Ring devices, all footage goes into the Amazon cloud, being an Amazon company, and you have access to that for the next 60 to 90 days, after which we refresh your account. But in between that period, if you need footage from the cloud, you effectively just download it and keep it on a local drive, because you have access to the account by just logging into your account. What is asked of you on the subscription is effectively $3 per month per device if you want to protect each one of those devices in order to keep the subscription going on each one of the devices. And or if you have more devices in one place, you can decide to protect all of them, and that you pay $10 a month for numberless devices. So if you have one or two, you can decide to go for the basic protect plan, which is $3, that's $6 for 2 devices. Now you go to 3 and or 4 devices, you say, let me cover all of them, you pay $10. If you have 20 devices in one location, $10, you cover all of them. If you have 100 devices in one location, $10 will cover all of them. So there is great saving when you kind of cover more devices. And what we have noticed with Ring is that most folks would start with 1 device. Before you know it, on average, we are seeing between 3 and 4 devices per household. So we encourage people to effectively consider the Protect Plus, because then you have all devices protected. If you don't pick up subscription, does that mean that the device stops working? No, it does not. The device keeps working. The only thing that you will not be able to do of all the features that the device has is the capability of you being able to download the footage from the cloud. But as far as the live viewing, picking up motion, the lights, and all sorts of things, all those things are available. So the device does not stop functioning, and neither does the app stop functioning. You will just not be able to download the footage if you needed it for as evidence in an event where you have an incident. This would be the end of our Ring presentation. If you have questions, please forward them to us. We will be able to give you the answers in due course, and it's going to be right now.
Yes, that also, if you have any questions, if you have any questions in regarding this Ring presentation, just add your questions there, and just also your email address. So we're also going to just add our email address if you want to get in contact with us directly. And then in terms of the prices, just scan that QR code. If you scanned it and you answer all the questions correctly, you do stand a chance to win that awesome video spot, the spotlight ring cam and the video doorbell as well. And yeah, that's that for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining the ring presentation. We're going to leave our email addresses in the chat box. So if you do need to contact us directly, we are available and we will be more than happy to assist you. Thank you so much and have a lovely day. Enjoy the rest of ipcon.